Hello and thank you for joining our channel, Josh and Sabrina Take on the World. Today we're doing a little bit of a road trip, something a little bit different. We are not opening boxes and reviewing boxes. We're actually headed towards the filming scene for what?
Schitt's Creek.
For Schitt's Creek, one of Sabrina's favorite TV shows. It started airing back in January of 2015 on CBC television here in Canada, but gained a lot of popularity when Netflix picked it up and started running it as a show on Netflix. So I believe there's about 6 seasons of it with 80 episodes in total, and it stars cast members from other shows that you might have seen before. Eugene Levy from, I guess, younger people might remember him from American Pie, but he was also in SCTV back in the day, along with Catherine O'Hara was on SCTV, and she's been in movies like Home Alone, the mother in Home Alone, Anne Murray, and what's the other fellow's name? David Levy, Daniel Levy, his son. So anyways, bunch of Canadian actors, and the show was filmed in a place here in Ontario called Goodwood, and it is about 2 hours away from where we live. So Sabrina wanted to go check it out, see where they filmed it, check out some of the sets, what they look like now. So that's what we're going to do, and you're going to come along with us. So stay tuned. So we just made it to Goodwood, Ontario. This is one of the filming locations for Schitt's Creek. For those who aren't familiar with Schitt's Creek, it is a Canadian show that kind of started getting really famous, I guess, once Netflix picked it up around 2017. It basically follows the family that was extremely wealthy at the very beginning of the show, but I think there was some issue with tax evasion, and basically the really wealthy family lost all of their resources, financial resources, except for a town that they bought as a joke back years before called Schitt's Creek. So they end up all having to live together in a rundown, dumpy motel, and the show kind of takes off from there. So this is where we're at now, what was this filming location called again? Goodwood, Ontario. And at the corner here where we're going to get out in a minute and show you, there's several of the different places that they filmed. They're basically all on the one main intersection here. There's the Bob's Garage, there's the Apothecary, there's the restaurant where they would eat at, and there is, what's the house that's out here?
You can show them the house. That is Roland's house.
Roland's house. So all the things are filmed pretty closely, and this town in particular has about 600 and some odd residents. The show portrays it to be kind of a rundown, dumpy area, but it's anything but that. There's a lot of big homes just out and around here, probably multi-million-dollar homes. We've already seen a lot of real high-end cars, Lamborghinis and Lotuses and a Bentley. So certainly a high-end area, not like as the show portrays. So we're going to take a pop out of the car. It just finally stopped raining here, and get some video of the actual buildings as they are now, and then we can compare them to some of the photos taken from the actual series. So this is the restaurant from Schitt's Creek, and as you can see right across the street is Bob's Garage. They've taken down all the signage. The restaurant is actually someone's personal residence. where Bob's garage is actually used for, I think the fellow works with wheelchairs and different beds, making them better accessible to people who have special health requirements. But as you can see, this is the main corner. It's nothing overly exciting. There's the place that did the catering for the show. And then here's the apothecary. It is actually a yarn supply store, I believe. As we come back around the corner here, this is just kind of the main street. As you can see, it's a very, very small town. Now as we're coming back down along here, you can see there's Roland's house, which is just down from the corner here on the street. Not very far away. So a lot of these buildings were just used for exterior purposes. A lot of the filming was actually done on studios in Toronto. But the external shots were done here. So as you can see, this is kind of the main street. Just lots of normal residential homes leading all the way back to the corner where all of the main buildings for the show were pretty much all in that one area. So we just got back in the car here. It started raining a little heavier. We're now on the way to the Rosebud Motel. That's the motel where they basically lived at in the show, and it is located in Mono, Ontario, which is about an hour away. So it's not even located here. So we're going to go there, and we're going to get a little video of that location. So see you again soon. So we just spent the hour drive coming from Goodwood, and we are now just outside of the, what's the motel called?
The Rosebud Motel.
So it was called the Rosebud Motel within the Schitt's Creek show, and we're just going to get out of the car and we're going to go up and take a look at it right now. So there is the motel from Schitt's Creek. As you can see, it looks like they're trying to do some work on the roof. All the signage is down from the show, but you can still see that it is the motel from the show. Kind of some interesting tidbits, I guess, about the Schitt's Creek show. Apparently they didn't want to call the show Schitt's Creek, at least the CBC didn't. But the Levy family wanted to keep the name Schitt's Creek, and they had to prove to the CBC that Schitt's Creek was actually, or Schitt's was actually people's last name. So they took a bunch of phone books into the CBC and showed them that there was a bunch of entries in there with the last name Schitt's. And then I guess the CBC allowed them to keep that name. But as you can see, it's really nothing fancy. Probably not necessarily worth the drive. It's nothing overly exciting. And there you have it. The Rosebud Motel from Schitt's Creek. And apparently the stuff wasn't actually filmed indoors in here. It was filmed in studios in the Toronto area, but this is where the external scenes were done. If you look around, nothing really exciting going on around here. Just a lot of not much. So that's it for our journey through Schitt's Creek. As you can see, I guess, the reality of it isn't quite as interesting as the fiction, but these are the real life spots. This was one of Sabrina's favorite shows of late, so she wanted to come and do this this trip. I would say that if you're considering coming to look, it's a lot of driving, at least it was for us, to
You should probably hurry up because it looks like they're
not really see very much. So
either,
I'm not sure what I'm hurrying up for. Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
to come see.
Yes, yeah, it looks like they're, well, maybe trying to do some renovations, at least on the hotel. But anyways, if you want to come and see this place, it's in Mono, Ontario. They also have it listed as Orangeville. Mm-hmm. So thanks for checking out our channel, and we hope that you've enjoyed the video, and we hope that maybe this video has helped save the trip for you. Take care.